We were in The Color of Evening.
Oh my God. No, I wanted to forget.
Yeah, but we don't know each other for a long time. I mean, you know, we're both, Ellen and Al Pacino and Harvey Keitel run the New York Actors Studio, and Mark Rydell and I run the West Coast Actors Studio, which is one actor's studio. And we were trained by Lee Strasberg and other teachers and worked in a similar way. And we, you know, people have asked if we improvised anything. Everything that you see has been scripted. So, you know, all an audience wants to believe is what's going on is happening for the first time ever, and that's what we try to do.
Aside from the marvelous acting, do you actually believe in the miracle of love at an advanced age? Even though there was a disease that you were portraying, it was a newfound experience for both of you in the film. Do you believe in that, or was that?
Do I
ever? Short and sweet answer. I love that. Any other questions from our friend? Yeah.
How did you know so much when you were 17?
She said, how did you know so much when you were 17? Did you say about love at the end of it?
Love and life.
Oh man, it's, you just, I mean, that's kind of, I mean, I fell in love. I mean, I think when you're, I wrote it, I mean, the story is, I wrote it when I was, kind of had my first girlfriend. That's what I was going through an emotion and a feeling that I've never gone through before, and it was intense and incredible in the good, amazing points and the horrible points. You know, it was something that was extreme that I was going through at that point, and that's how I wrote it, you know, and then just you take these emotions and these feelings and all these things that you have inside of you, and then you filter that through a story you want to create, and that's, I feel, how you create something real and honest. And so I just fell in love, and then I put everything I felt on the computer page.
Let me just say that this young man is a painter, a musician. He has a band, he sings, he writes music, he plays the guitar, he writes scripts, he directs, and when you do a take that he likes, he jumps in the air and kicks his heels together.
A lot of fun on that set.
Oh yeah, it's a blast.
Yes.
I was just wondering, last year Sarah Polley had a film in the festival with a similar content, and you said you wrote the script when you were 17, so that must have been at least last week.
No, I'm 24 now. Yeah, I told her it's away from her. No, I kind of didn't. There was films, as I was trying to get the film made, there were films about the subject matter, like The Notebook and Away from Her, and I didn't see them because I didn't want to, I guess what's the best way to put it? I didn't want to see them and then subconsciously take something from them or something like that. So I tried to stay as far away from things that I felt were somehow related to my film, so that way I wouldn't like be shooting a scene and not want to shoot something because I saw it before, because I felt like there'd be a blockade there and you couldn't be free as an artist. And so, but now I can see him now. So.
Gonzalo Gersten was just as beautiful as Julie Christie.
Oh.
We have time for one final question, and lucky winner is right over there.
Well, my question is for Adam. I wanted to know from your perspective, what it's like to have the opportunity to be in a movie with people of the caliber of Martin Landau and Ellen Burstyn.
Yeah, I still can't believe I'm actually in a movie with them. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's amazing, and you know, because Alice doesn't live here anymore, Crimes and Misdemeanors, you know, these are performances and movies that that I've been inspired by for a long time and continue to be. And so actually, and you know, the list goes on with both of them and their work in the Actors Studio and everything. And so to be among them in a movie is pretty unbelievable. And I just find their performances in this movie so moving and full of humor and love, and it's really extraordinary. So I'm just happy to be here.
And you're so good in the movie!
I just want to say that working with these young guys has been a real pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Mark.
I think of her as a young guy. What I really do want to say is, I mean, when I read this script, you know, I thought a 70-year-old wrote it. I mean, I read it and I asked my agent, I said, who wrote this? He said, a guy called Nick Fackler. And I said, well, how old is he? He said, 23. And that really, I was amazed that a 23-year-old could have the vision and the heart and the soul to write a movie about two old farts. Anyway, but it was a joyful experience, and it was, I mean, we just had a good time. It was very cold.
Very cold.
It was so cold. It was the coldest winter. I mean, I've lived a lot of winters in Omaha my whole life, and this one was the coldest winter I've ever been in, especially when you're standing over a frozen lake in the middle of the night.
In a bathrobe.
In a bathrobe. It was, but besides that, it was fun. I think that's the one thing that, you know, I worked with Lars and Jay and Dana, who are they're just amazing, amazing men. Actually, let's give them a round of applause. It wouldn't have been able to happen without them, and them being able, as producers, to allow, you know, so much, to allow everyone to be creative and to be free, and no one, the entire time, I never felt like I had to do something I didn't want to do or being forced into anything. And it was the most, you know, you hear all these horror stories about doing films, and it was beautiful. There was nothing scary about it. It was just the most fun I've ever had, and working with Martin and Ellen, I learned so much, like not just about acting and about you know, film, but also just about myself and growing as a human, you know, and trying to be a good person and learning from just two people. It was the most amazing experience I've ever had and will ever have.